completely, it is completely enough for us to just water a plant and provide sunlight. I'm sure you all would be thinking no, because for plant to grow or to develop completely from within, it requires proper fertilizer, manures, and everything to grow efficiently and effectively. So hence that comes and completely applies with our skin as well. So just applying creams and cosmetics and few simple things on skin is completely not sufficient for us. So hence, what is exactly important? We'll be seeing that later in the slides. For sure, in today's agenda, we'll be discussing about what exactly is an acne and its type. Moving ahead, we'll be discussing about the functions of skin, because I'm sure anyone or each one of you, if having an acne problem, it is obviously on your skin. So it's really very important for us to understand what is the basic function of skin. We'll understand the cause and science behind getting acne. It's very much understood that, okay, there is a reason behind why am I getting acne, but exactly what is the logical and scientific reason behind getting an acne we'll be discussing today. Moving ahead, I'll be giving you a preventive measures. What are the healthy lifestyle modifications and dietary modifications which we'll be doing, which we should be doing in our day-to-day activity so that we get rid of an acne? And also, if we have a lot of them or the outbreaks of acne are a lot, how to reduce and subside them slowly and gradually. And by the end of the session, I'll give you simple, easy tip, because I completely understand we all are into a very hectic schedule, personal and professional commitments. So we cannot give a lot of time to our skin and health. So what are the simple, easy takeaways which we can implement in our day-to-day schedule? So first basic thing which I would want all my audiences to please keep yourself on mute. In case if you have any questions, any doubt, any queries regarding the topic, feel free to put them in the chat below. I'll be happy to answer maximum questions by the end of the session. And even after that, if you have a lot of queries, feel free to get in touch with GetSupp. So let me put up my first question in front of you all. Have you ever thought, why do some of us get acne so quickly and others have so clear skin? Even if they eat anything, any food in the world, they do not get an acne. And if we have to go, especially for a party or a get together, the next day we have 1 or 2 pimples here and there. Well, have you ever thought what is the reason behind us getting an acne? And I'm sure at least 80% of us are having such an issue, if not all, but yes, most of us, our friends, family, and colleagues would be having such an issue. So have you thought what is the reason behind us getting acne so quickly and others not having any problem regarding acne at all? Yes, I would want my audience to put the answers in the chat below. What can be the reason for us or people getting acne so quickly and some of them eating all the junk in the world and not getting anything at all on their skin? It would be good if you put your answers in the chat below, because I would want the session to be interactive. Shovik, I would want you to read the chats or the answers which has been given by the audience.
Sure. Abhishek says lack of water intake.
Correct.
Meena mentions hormonal imbalance.
True.
Grace Shaila mentions lifestyle.
Correct. So I'm sure all of us are at least aware about the reason behind getting an acne, but these are not only reason why we get acne, and how to get rid of them we'll be discussing in detail. So let me put up a story here, or a criteria or a scenario where I met a client. So there's a girl called Priya. She's 28 years old. She had no history of acne or pimples during her puberty. Obviously, when she underwent a puberty, there would be a lot of hormonal changes in the body. But even after having a lot of hormonal changes, she didn't get any kind of acne or pimples on her skin. But eventually, in the past 2 years, she has found a lot of changes in her skin, her hair, in her health as well. So She underwent a dermatologist, where dermatologist obviously gave her a few medications and few ointments, and moreover asked her to go for a dietitian consultation. Eventually, she landed up taking a consultation with me. So on taking her entire dietary history and recall, I found out that she has a very poor dietary intake. She has a lot of indigestion issues. That means whatever she was eating, either she was having acidity, bloating, constipation, some or the other kind of gut related issue. Also, she told me she used to get a lot of cravings, especially after having dinners. So that can also become one of the major reason why people get acne a lot. And at last, what I found out was she was using a lot of mobile phones and gadgets. Therefore, her sleep was completely disturbed. I'm sure if not everything, but either one or two things can be relatable with us as well. If I'm having an acne, I might be having a craving issues, or I might be having a poor sleep pattern. So let's discuss in detail if you are having any such issue along with your acne, or if you have a weight gaining issues. So a person can come to a dietitian and say a lot of weight there, I need to lose my weight, and also I can see a lot of acne and pimples and also hair fall. So everything is interrelated. So human body is very beautifully designed. Each and every organs and each and every communication is interrelated with each other. So like I said, we need to discuss about skin and its role. So we are all aware that any kind of pimple or acne outburst, it's appearing on your skin. But let me make it very clear, or I'm sure you would be surprised to know that acne do not happen only on your face. There are plenty of places because we have skin all over our body. Skin is said to be the largest organ of the body. And it is also a very important detox organ. Unlike other important organs, skin plays a very vital role in detoxification. So you can get acne on your face, on your chin, on your shoulders, on your back, on your neck, anywhere on your skin. It's not primarily located only on the face. So what is the major function of skin? It helps in regulating body temperature. It prevents us from any kind of physical, mechanical, or thermal injuries. And at last, which is the utmost importance of skin, which is creating cellular waste. What exactly is a cellular waste? Anytime you feel any kind of exposure to a toxin, be it a food, be it water, be it pollution, any kind of toxins which is there, which we are exposed to, we'll be inculcating, we'll be absorbing it through our skin as well. Along with the eating pattern, our liver is absorbing, our kidneys are absorbing, our bowel is absorbing. So similarly, our skin also absorbs the toxins, and it gets inside all the dust and impurities. So it becomes again a very important role of skin. Hence, if not done detoxification at a proper supervision, there's a high chances of getting any kind of acne or pimples on the skin. So let me put up my first question in front of you all. I would want you to all see this question and put your answers in the poll below. Do you really think acne is infectious? Do you feel that if a person is getting an acne, it's because of an infection, or it can be transmitted? I can see answers in front of the screen. 70%, 60% of them are telling it's not infectious. Correct. Correct, correct. So yes, I can see answers coming, and I'm sure my audience are well informed. Acnes are not at all infectious. Acnes do develop in the body because of a lot of issues, like you said in the beginning, because of the water intake, because of poor eating habits. So obviously, if there is an outburst of acne on your skin, it can expand because of the bacterial infections. And when you touch your face very frequently, the bacteria get expanded and get you get acne all over the skin, not just only to one or two part of the skin. So let's understand a little bit science behind getting an acne. So when you see your skin very closely and minutely, you will find small pores in your skin. I'm sure each one of us would have observed this very clearly, that we all have small pores in our skin. So these are basically either follicles or sebaceous gland. I'm sure again, these two are scientific terms, but if we have consulted a dermatologist, he or she might have used this term follicles or a sebaceous gland. Sebaceous gland is nothing but an oil producing gland, which is important for our skin to keep it lubricated, because we require our skin to be soft and not becoming dry very soon. But if there is too much of oil production because of the eating habit, poor dietary lifestyle, poor practical lifestyle, then we get an outburst of acne because the oil producing glands get blocked or pores gets blocked. Hence, there's an outbreak of acne. Second most important reason behind getting an acne is the hormonal changes in the body. I'm sure a lot of the audience have also told about hormonal changes. So we do get a lot of clients in their early childhood, which is a puberty time, both males and female. It's not limited to only female, because estrogen, progesterone, both the hormones are there in males as well. So there are high chances that males can get acne, but females are very much prone to acne because of their different role in their different stages of life, be it pregnancy, be it lactation, be it menopause. So fluctuation in basically estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone can cause the production of acne. Also, if you have observed, if you get only one acne or a pimple on your skin, and if you touch it very frequently, there are high chances that you might get 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 acne maybe on the next day or by the end of the day. The only reason is because the bacteria on your skin gets expanded and they move here and there on your skin, which cause a lot of skin related issues or outburst of acne there. And hence, hormonal changes cause a major role in causing any kind of acne or pimples on the skin. Moving ahead is too much of medication. Any medication, be it your antacids, be it your painkillers. So any medication, if you're taking, is going into your liver. Liver is obviously a detox organ, but if it get overburdened and your liver cannot detox itself because of the way we are eating food, because of our lifestyle, again, it throws away the toxins in the system itself, in our body itself, through skin. And then the outburst of acne appear. So any kind of chronic medication can also result in your acne or pimple problem. It's not just limited to your food or eating habits. And one very important aspect comes here is genetic. Go back, ask your parents if they had a history of acne in their puberty or in their early adulthood. There are high chances of you getting an acne. A lot of researchers have found that if both the parents, both mother and father, if had a history of acne in their adulthood or in their puberty, there is a high chances of getting acne to their children in their early childhood itself. So if you have a genetic history of getting an acne, there are high chances that you might get acne as well. So let me give you again few questions here. I would want my audience to put their answers in the poll below. Do you really feel blood purifiers can help in getting clear of your acne? So there are plenty of drinks and tablets available in the market, which do claim that taking them will help you in clearing your blood and hence getting rid of acne. I can see a lot of people agreeing to the statement, and 25% of them are disagreeing. But this statement is incorrect. There's no tablet, no pill which can give you 100% guarantee that your acne would be clear by just taking any kind of blood purifiers. Yes, they are important for maintaining certain kind of cleansing of the body, but it's not the only thing which you can take if you have a lot of acne on skin. My next question to you all: do you think blackheads and acne are the same? We do hear from people saying, I'm getting blackheads, I'm getting whiteheads. Do you think both are the same? because when we go for any facial or any massage, they do say, the beautician says, okay, you have a lot of blackheads on your skin. So do you agree with the statement? I see a lot of people disagree, but eventually both of them are the same. If you have blackhead, that means there is a high chances of getting an acne, because at the end of the day, blackheads, whiteheads, follicles, pores, pus, acne, pimples, all of them are the same. The work of all of them are exactly the same, to outburst or cause irritation to your skin, because they get clogged. They get clogged. I hope I am clear to all my audience. If you have any questions, any queries, feel free to put them in the chat below. I'll answer them by the end of the session. So now, after understanding the science behind acne and why do we get an acne, let's understand quickly about what are the dietary management. What are the list of foods to be removed or restricted in the diet? Mind my word, when I'm saying restricted, I don't mean to completely avoid them, but yes, it should be taken in the least quantity. The first thing is any food which has high glycemic index. High glycemic index means which has simple carbs into it, be it sugar, be it your maida, any refined products, to be taken in least quantity. Consider them as an occasional food or a food to be treated only on treats. Don't eat them very frequently if you have a history or if you have a habit of getting acne very frequently. Second thing is dairy and milk products. I'm sure if you have visited any dermatologist or a doctor for the treatment of acne or pimples, he or she might have told you first to limit or stop any kind of dairies completely from your diet. Have you asked the reason why they ask you to remove dairies from their diet? Let me put up in this way. We have never heard about lactose intolerance or milk allergy from our parents or grandparents. I'm sure our grandparents, even they do not know what exactly is a lactose intolerance or milk allergy. Why is it so common these days? It's only because of the way it is being delivered or prepared. When you see the packet of milk, either it is a homogenized milk or a pasteurized milk. I would want you all to go back and see, if you go for a packet milk, it's always a homogenized milk or a pasteurized milk. During the process of homogenization and pasteurization, a very high temperature passes towards milk, which completely destroys the nutrient out of it. So at the end of the day, what you are getting is a white color plain liquid which has no nutrients. So a pregnant woman going to a doctor or a gynecologist will always recommend to have a calcium supplement from the second trimester itself. Only reason is, even if she's drinking milk, it's of no use. Hence, calcium supplementation has to be done, because we need a proper store of calcium. So first thing is the reason for having a restricting the intake of dairy products. So I am sure most of you would be again telling, no, I don't go for a packet milk, I go for a direct milk from cow men. To them also, I would want you to restrict milk. The reason is, these days, I'm sure all of us would have heard about animals being injected with hormonal injections. Hence, it has been suggested to restrict the intake of dairies, because whatever you are drinking or taking milk, the hormonal changes in the animals to increase the production of milk is eventually coming to your body and is causing hormonal changes. PCOD, thyroid, diabetes, these are nothing but the hormonal changes of the body. There's a communication between hormones and your body which is getting disrupted because of our eating pattern. Hence, you need to understand and be a cautious consumer rather than just blindly accepting a fact that, okay, I have to restrict it, I have to include this in the diet. Third thing, which is very important, is fried food. Obviously, we are all aware that excess intake of any fried food, be it pakoda, samosa, on a frequent basis can also cause irritation to gut. And irritation to gut will eventually cause toxins to accumulate inside the body and growth of bacteria to be reduced, healthy bacteria to be reduced, and hence we all start getting acne and pimples. Moving ahead is ultra processed food. So now we live in a world where everything is ultra processed. We find everything in packet form, be it chips, cookies, namkeen, biscuit, anything you pick up in your evening snack. I'm sure 80% of the things are packed, processed, and canned. So intake of them on a very regular basis can also cause a lot of health related issues along with acne, because if you turn the packet and see the nutritional content, they have a lot of chemical preservatives and additives added to them, which is not very good for us. So let me put up an example here. If you bake a biscuit at home and keep it, I'm sure it won't survive for more than 2 weeks. But when you buy a cookie or a biscuit from market, why is it so that you can store it for years and years? The only reason is because they have a lot of chemicals and preservatives added to them to increase their shelf life. Hence, it is really very important for us to understand what is healthy for the body in the long run, and especially for the kids. And at last, which is again an important aspect, is excess consumption of sugar. Uh, I would want you to again think uh, to the back slide where I discussed about the case scenario of Priya, wherein she used to have sweet cravings a lot. Why do we get sweet cravings when we have acne and pimples on the skin? So there's I'm sure most of you have heard about bacteria in our gut, both healthy bacteria and unhealthy bacteria, good bacteria and bad bacteria. So when we eat a lot of sugars or anything which is in refined form, at the end of the day, it is the glucose, and bad bacteria feed on sugars. And hence, if you're increasing the intake of sugar, they crave for it, and this reduce the flora of your gut, causing all these problems. Hence, if you have all these issues, try to restrict yourself. If you can't understand and how to stop your craving or how to reduce your craving, please consult a dietitian. She will give you a list of an option. What are the healthy ways to reduce your cravings and how to reduce your unhealthy habits on the day-to-day basis. So now, after understanding what not to be taken in the diet, let's understand what to be taken now. So what are the healthy options to be included in day-to-day schedule? I also understand we all are busy. We don't have time to cook separately for us and separately for our family. But these are something which all of us can eat, irrespective to the medical condition, irrespective to the health. So first is eat plenty of heart and skin friendly nuts. So India being a very beautifully geographical location, we have different kinds of nuts and seeds available to us. So try to include nuts and seeds on regular basis on your diet. It is not just helping you getting a better skin, glowing skin and hair, but will also help in reducing heart related issues, gut related issues, any kind of stroke, because they are really very good for the body, as it has omega-3 fatty acids. And I'm sure all of us are aware about the importance of omega-3 in the diet. Second is fill your plate with antioxidant rich foods. So what are antioxidants? Antioxidants are something which on day-to-day basis, whatever we are eating, there are a lot of toxins getting accumulated inside the body, and to get rid or throw away those toxins out of the system, we require good amount of antioxidants. Anti means which are against oxidative in nature. So, and how do we get them? By including plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables. So here I would want to give a quick suggestion to you all. Always go for seasonal, locally available fruits and vegetables rather than running behind any kind of fancy and packed food or fruits which is there in supermarket. Always go and opt for seasonal and locally available vegetables and fruits. Third is eat plenty of probiotics in your diet. Like I discussed about good and bad bacteria in the gut and how to promote if you have a lot of gut related issues, if you have a outburst of acne a lot, what are the things to be included in the diet is obviously probiotics. So, and now what are probiotic sources? The best probiotic sources: curd, buttermilk, kimchi, pickles, which are easily available at our home. And in case if you are not, if you are allergic to any of these, you can easily opt for probiotic supplements. There are a list of healthy probiotic supplements which are really good for the body to be taken under the supervision of dietitian. You can't just randomly include any probiotic. You need to ask your dietitian and take the consultation and the dosage of those probiotics in your diet. Moving ahead is the important micronutrients which are to be taken, which is again zinc, B12, A and E. And how can we get all those micronutrients like zinc, B12, A and E? Through nuts and seeds, through non-veg, through eggs, through grains. basically by having a rainbow size plate. So try to have colorful rainbow size plate on day-to-day basis rather than just sticking to you roti and sabzi and rice and dal or anything for that matter. So try to have variety in your diet. So after understanding what are the healthy dietary management we can include for a healthy skin to get rid of an acne, let's understand what are the lifestyle approaches which we should be following, because only managing eating pattern will not help us in getting rid of an acne. So first is personal hygiene. This is really very important. I'm again very much sure that you all have gone through a lot of people or celebrities running behind taking a bowl of ice and putting their face inside it. Is it just a fad thing, or does it really work? If you try adding ice water to your face or putting your face on ice water, it really helps because it squeezes your pores. And when you squeeze your pores, there are less chances of accumulation of dirts and pimples on your skin. First and foremost, try to include healthy personal hygiene in your diet or your eating habits. Along with this, if you are doing any kind of workout, try to try to take showers immediately after your workout, because when you work out, you sweat a lot. And when you sweat, there are high chances of toxins getting out from your skin in the form of sweat. And when you don't take shower, the bacterial count on your skin stays there and you start getting acne and pimples or rashes on your skin. So personal hygiene is something very important. Second is stress management. So these days, I am sure all of us would be having some or the other kind of personal stress or professional stress. I'm not here to say don't take stress, because practically it is not possible. It's nothing wrong in taking stress. There are two types of stress: acute stress and chronic stress. Acute stress are really good for the body because they help in motivating us, getting us charged for the next day. But if you take a stress on a chronic basis, if you're not addressing your stress, there are high chances of you getting acne and gut related issues, because our gut and brain both are connected to each other. That's why gut is called second brain, because there's a nerve which is getting connected from our brain to our gut. If you're having a lot of stress, anxiety, panic attack, if you feel low by the end of the day, it's very important to address it as soon as possible to get rid of acne if you are focusing on that. Sleep hygiene. This is again something which we know, but we do not follow. We human are the one of the major species in the world which do not prioritize our sleep. Every animal, every bird, you will find that they prioritize their sleep, but we do not prioritize. We just feel okay, doing work, partying, going out, socializing is really very important. But I mark my words, it's really very important to take or prioritize your sleep. I can give you a lecture on sleep hygiene for next 30 minutes, but try to understand the reason behind giving an emphasis on sleep. So have you ever thought, why do we have dirty eyes in the morning? Why our first breath is bad in the morning? Why first urine is warm in the morning? So have you ever thought the reason behind it? It's not just for 1 or 2%, but everyone. So only reason is this is the natural way our body cleans itself. When you sleep overnight, body cleans itself by throwing away the toxins through eyes, through nose, through our mouth, through urine, through stool. Therefore, once you wake up in the morning, you start feeling fresh as soon as you take your freshen yourself and all. So it's really very important to maintain a good quality of sleep, to let your body detoxify itself, because body has a natural healing mechanism. It's just that we need to focus on that. Second thing is again exercise. I'm again sure that we are all aware about different type of systems: circulatory system, respiratory system, excretory system, digestive system. But one very basic system which is not discussed at all is lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is called garbage disposable system of our body, and there's a reason behind it, because any kind of toxins which comes from inside, it gets accumulated on the lymph nodes. And how lymph nodes throws it away from the body? Only when you walk, only when you exercise. So when you move, your lymphatic system gets activated and it throws away the toxins. That's why whenever you talk to a dietitian or a nutritionist, she will always emphasize you to exercise, to work, to move. The only reason is to let your lymphatic system move. You need to throw away the toxins and get rid of all those health related issues, including acne and pimples. And at last is again chemicals. I'm again sure that most of us are applying a lot of chemicals on day-to-day basis. Have you ever thought whenever you apply a cream on your skin, after 2 hours or 3 hours, your skin again becomes dry? Any reason behind it? The only reason is when you eat a food, it goes inside your body. Similarly, when you put a thing on your skin absorbs it, skin eats it. So something which you can't eat through your mouth, you can't apply it on your skin as well. So understand the logic behind putting chemicals. So try to put anything on or everything on your face, the thing which you can eat also. It's not just applicable to one or two people, for everybody. That doesn't mean that you need not to apply chemicals or cosmetics. It's okay, but be conscious whenever you are applying cosmetics or makeup. Try to clean your face before you sleep, because when you sleep, body will detoxify itself, and when you are applying a lot of makeup and not cleaning it, there are high chances that it will clog your pores and your body will not be able to throw those toxins out from your system. I'm sure my audience are clear with what I told. In case if you have any doubts, like I said, please feel free to put in the chat below. I would be happy to answer them. And also, if you have any doubts or any queries or any suggestions for the next session, please feel free to put in the chat below so that we can come ahead with new topics and new suggestions as asked by you all. Thank you for your patience and time. I'm open to questions.
Thanks, Simmi. I'll encourage everyone, if you have any questions at your case level, you can unmute yourself and you can ask Simmi about your concern, mention your concern, or you can also mention your concern on the chat box and we'll take question one by one. I encourage everyone, you feel free to ask questions. Simmi is here with us. She will be helpful here. So, Simmi, I see one question from Grace. How can one increase the intake of vegetables? I do not like the taste of vegetables.
It's a good question. So one very basic thing, the way we include vegetables, because kids also do not like to eat a lot of vegetables in their diet. So one very basic and best way to include a lot of vegetables and antioxidants in your diet is to chop vegetables, finely chop vegetables and put it in your poha, upma, idli, dosa, uttapam, sprouts. So that you will increase the quantity of those food as well, and you will enhance the quality of the food as well. Try to chop all those vegetables and put it in your poha, upma, and any kind of breakfast or any meal you're taking throughout the day. Also, you can have them raw, like carrots, cucumber, tomatoes, onion, radish. These things can be taken raw along with your sprouts. So they are really very helpful and good for the body. So try to include them in your diet in this way.
We have another question from Chitra. Any easy tips for people with oily T-zone?
So first of all, simple easy tip is try to reduce your intake of excess of fried food, oily food, greasy food. Occasionally it is perfectly fine, but if you are taking them very frequently, try to reduce them. And secondly, try to include a lot of water in your diet. Keeping yourself hydrated is not important just for your organs, for your body, but also for your skin, because our skin also breathes. And if you're not giving a lot of water, if you're not hydrating it often, you will have all these issues. So if you have a lot of oily or a greasy face, try to include a lot of water in your diet and reduce the inclusion of any kind of fried food.
We have another question by Grace. She asked, what causes acne during PMS in women?
So like I said in the previous slide, hormonal changes are one of the major reasons why you get acne during periods, during PMS, during pregnancy, during menopause. And unfortunately, we females, because of a lot of different roles in our life, we have a lot of stress. So that accompanies with our stress and our poor eating habit. We prioritize everything in the world apart from our food. So by not focusing on food, on water intake, on exercise, on sleep, on stress management, we start getting all these issues. So one basic thing is obviously hormonal changes, but apart from hormones, the list of things which I just told is again a reason of females getting acne during PMS or during menopause or any phase of their life.
Asta Rathore is asking, is a change in place like water or environment cause acne? Is that one reason?
Yes, that can also be one of the reason. If you are, a lot of people do change place along with their geographical location, and along with that, water also gets changed. If there is a lot of change in the water as well, can cause acne and hair fall issues, because we are not prone. See, understand, our body gets used to certain kind of eating pattern, certain kind of geographical location, and certain kind of water. So shifting from one place to another will cause some transition effect to the body, and that is a place that can be the time when you start getting acne. And to understand and to work on it, try to focus on the lifestyle modifications and dietary modifications which I just told you.
Anuba Agarwal is asking for any tips for folks who have desert dry skin, how to combat that.
Try to, again, because dry skin is again a way your skin is saying, running behind you, telling I am dehydrated, please give me water. If you are not putting a good amount of water, it applies, like I said in the beginning, assume your face as a plant. If you are not giving water, or if you're not hydrating your plant, it will become dry. Similarly, if you are not putting, or if you're not giving good amount of water. And to those people who say that I do not like drinking a lot of water, there are a list of things you can have: lemon water, coconut water, buttermilk, green tea, lemon tea, iced tea, sparkling water. So these are the good options you can include in your day-to-day habits, so that your skin does not become dry, it gets hydration proper, and get rid of any kind of acne or pimples or skin related issues.
Thanks. We have a few more questions. I'll also request anyone having questions, you can put it on the chat box. We are taking one by one. We're answering all the questions. Somi asks, is there any simple supplement that can take control over acne? Is there any one supplement which takes control over acne?
Like I said, there is no one simple pill or a magic pill. Like we assume that having a busy schedule, just having one pill will let me get rid of all those acne or health related issues. There are a lot of probiotic supplements available in the market, but along with that, you would require lifestyle modification, like keeping yourself hydrated, eating a well balanced diet, variety in your diet, physical activity, sleep management. Yes, all these things have to be considered along with supplementations which you are taking, because see, practically just running behind food is not possible, because having a hectic schedule, kids at home, personal and professional commitments, there are times when we lose eating healthy food or a well balanced diet. At that time comes the role of probiotic supplements, or the supplements which are there in the market. Completely go ahead with this, but do not make it a habit of only eating one or two things, assuming that this will help me in getting rid of that. You have to manage it with your lifestyle also, and your dietary management too.
Grace asked, what natural application ingredients must be applied for an oily skin?
So first of all, try to include, see naturally what are the things which are good, which has water into it. So water as in cucumber, ice. So take a, like the way I told, ice water, add some cucumber into it, drink a lot of water. You can have a lot of homemade recipes which are there in the internet as well. Oats is something very good for the skin. For oily skin, primarily avoid taking or putting milk or malai, which we call in general layman language, on your skin, because it is anyways oily. So in that case, try to include gel-based thing, which can be aloe vera gel, naturally easily available around us. So aloe vera gel will help you in getting rid of any kind of scarring, as well as a lot of oil uh, clogged on your face can also be removed if you have if you include aloe vera gel on daily basis along with cucumbers. So these two things are something which I would recommend very frequently to people. Apart from that, we can have a list of other things we can discuss later on.
Asta Gupta wants to know if there is any healthy food items for glowing and acne-free skin during winter, especially.
Yes, there are a lot of things. So first thing, a key thing which you need to understand is try to have variety in your diet. So there's a reason behind getting winters and having a lot of leafy fruits and vegetables around us. So try to include them. Any kind of leafy vegetables like palak, methi. So these things are really very good for our body. They have a lot of B12. They have a lot of A, E, zinc into them. So they are really very good. Nuts, there are plenty of nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, raisins, dates. So they are very good for the body during winters. Till sesame seeds, white sesame seeds, it's really very helpful for the skin if you either apply it or eat it in the form of laddus or sparkle it or just spread it on your parathas. They are really very good for the body. So when your body is clean and healthy from inside, it will show outside as well. So these things are something which you can include. Also, if you're not allergic to curd, if you are not allergic to any probiotic thing as such, you can have buttermilk, curd, raitas in your diet. They are also very good.
Grace is asking, are there any green smoothies? Are they advisable to increase the intake of veggies? Can they replace?
Personally, I would not suggest to take smoothies or juices on a daily basis, but yes, once or twice in a week, you can opt for them. Also, rather than having just smoothies, because see, ultimately you need to understand, if you do not like the taste of anything, it's not going to work for you. So there's a concept in nutrition that I'm sure most of you have also been come across a lot of colleagues or relatives around you who eat a lot of junk in the world and they're still lean and thin with no medical complications. And there are few people who just drink water and they put on weight. What is the reason behind it? Because when you eat with a guilt or eat without a taste, without taking taste of it, it's not going to work for you. So try to include any smoothie or drink or food for that matter if you like it. If you like the taste of that smoothie, if you like the taste of that vegetable juice, for sure go with it, but don't make it a habit like because it is healthy I'm drinking it every day. Try to have variety in the diet.
Meena has a very interesting question. She has been taking overall L tablet, which stopped her acne momentarily. The moment she stopped taking it, she again got acne breakout. Simmi, how to handle this case?
So there are times when we, after consulting a dermatologist or any doctor, we have been given prescribed with a medication. Once we take a medication for 1 month or 2 months, there is no symptom or there is no problem of acne or pimples. But as soon as we stop it, there's a high chances of getting it back. The only reason is you have just reduced or stopped its outburst at that particular time. You have not modified your lifestyle and dietary habits. You need to understand, along with the tablet which you are taking, you need to work on your lifestyle as well as on your eating pattern to prevent it completely and get rid of it completely. So next time if you start, try to change your lifestyle as well, because see, in nutrition there's a concept of changing lifestyle. Gone are those days when we were just focusing on a diet chart. As a dietitian, we do not focus on only diet chart, but lifestyle management, which includes sleep hygiene, water intake, healthy eating pattern, exercise. So all these things are interrelated to each other, but just popping up pills is not going to help. So always work on these other aspects too, to completely get rid of any issues.
Thanks. I don't see any other questions. If there are any other questions, we are open for another 2 minutes. You can either post on the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask to Simmi directly. Feel free to unmute yourself and mention your problem. I hope most of you guys who had questions, Simi was able to answer and help you in a better way. You guys can check out getsupp.com. It's a platform where you can find food supplements and nutraceuticals from the leading brands in India. It's a multi-brand online store. You can check out all your food supplement needs being taken care on the platform. And thanks, Simi, for joining today. Thanks everyone, each one of you, for taking out time and joining. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.